Greetings, ascending souls. Hey, I just wanted to share with you my little recipe. I just felt like sharing today and cooking. Well, this is really not cooking, but I just took some fresh kale and I took the stems out. There was some still left in the bag, but I took that out of it because I don't want to crunch it to be too crunchy, when I'm trying to eat it, because it's going to stay raw. And I've taken the time to cut it up even more fine, because all the ingredients that you saw previously is going to make something very delicious. And I hope it encourages you to try something at your house. And so now I'm taking some tzatziki, which is so good. And it's nice and light. I think it's, the base is Greek yogurt, cucumber, blah, blah, blah. So good, so good. And I'm going to use that sun-dried tomato paste. Squeeze that in there a little bit, because we're going to make a base. Just mixing it up a little bit, and we're going to make that the base instead of mayonnaise or what have you, and adding a lot of other seasonings. We're going to use that as the base. And you can pickle these things or roast these peppers or whatever for yourself. It was just convenient, and I'm using roasted bell pepper. Cutting it up, and I want it all to be small enough so when you mix it together and place it, it all kind of it equals itself out. And one of my favorite things to use are pickled onions. I love pickled red onions. I can eat them warm, cold, out out of the jar, make them myself. I just love them, and they just add a different crunch, a different taste, or an additional taste to whatever that I'm making. I didn't take a picture of it. The only thing that I did cook was some breast, and we'll show it. But let's fold that in. I folded in initially, all of that together just to kind of get it in, and then I'll start kind of stirring just to get a good mix, because that's going to be the base. Instead of having a mayonnaise, this or that, or sauce, this is what's going to be our sauce on this beautiful creation. Tasting it. Yeah, you're right. I got to rinse it off. I know. I just do it automatically. All right. Now, this is the kale that I use. It's already rinsed, and that is the wrap. Now that you know, a sun-dried tomato wrap. And I think it's always important to clean them as you go. It is for me, but that was the chicken breast, and I kind of smashed it out. Had been cut, right, and just kind of pan-seared it. Now I'm kind of cutting it on a diagonal, because it's thin, but just cutting it at a diagonal, because we're going to use that to place inside, and you don't want anything to be too thick. You want everything to be bite-sized, or at least chewable, and it doesn't take too much of anything. You see, and again, this is chicken breast, and you're going to see, can't keep it out my mouth. That's why I'm having to wind up cutting up some more. But I had already taken this tortilla or whatever, this wrap, and putting it in the oven just a little, not the oven, but on top of the stove. And this is the spread that we just made. That's why I wanted everything to be, bite-sized. You don't want anything too big, too small, too tough, because you're putting it together. And all of this love, everything you touch, you're just creating so much love to go inside of your body. At least that's what I think about it. Play some music in the background, make it up as you go. Now you can change these ingredients, add more, whatever you want to do. But just be creative and enjoy the food. This is a sensual thing, right? Because you get to allow your senses, sense of touch, sense of taste. And so I'm going to put this chicken. You see how when it's cut on a diagonal and thin, you get a little bit in every bite, right? I love kelp. You got to get that. That gives you so many minerals. And the Celtic salt, same thing, gives you not just salt, but it gives you what you need, your minerals and what have you. So check that out. So I thought I was already ready. Again, there's the Celtic salt, ground fine. I thought I was ready, but I got another little piece of chicken that I had over there, and I just cut a few more pieces off, greedy tail. And thought I'd just fill in the blanks a little bit. So I just use that. So again, you can do it like you want. See? Taste testing. That's the problem right there.
Baby.
Okay, so this is the result. I saved a little bit of the tzatziki with some sun-dried tomato paste, some pickled onions, roasted red bell pepper. Mixed it all up in there together. Put some of my kale. Cut it up. Rolled it up. We're gonna find this chicken. This sauce. Delicious. That's what we got. So that's from Renee's Kitchen. Wait. Not from Panera. So now we're gonna taste it, but I'm gonna dip it in here. Even though it's got some in there already. It's on it. Let's see how it tastes. What? For what? Well, I enjoyed myself. It was delicious, and I hope you enjoyed watching and are encouraged to do something like this or even greater.